Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, August 16th, 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're well. For those of you who are new to this podcast today, welcome. I'm so very glad you're here. Please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. I'm on Facebook under Spirit Teacher Lisa Hopp. You'll see the checkmark page on Facebook that says Lisa M. Hopp Spiritual Coach and Medium. And I put short little videos also on TikTok under Lisa M. Hopp. And of course, I'm on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube with me, please like, subscribe, and share. The topic today is, why am I not getting what I want? Because if you're listening every week, you know I talk quite a bit about manifestation. Because we're manifesting all the time. We are not here we're here on autopilot, but we're understanding that we are creating our lives. What we put out, we simply get back. It's really that simple. So I teach a lot about transforming your life, inner healing, so that you can open up to what you really, truly, fully want in this life. And I'm going to be changing a course that I do that really emphasizes the deliberate focus and the inner work through healing practices, healing tools. But also, yes, there's an importance in journaling, in tools such as vision boards, in affirmations. The key is the secret of feeling. Neville Goddard, who was on this earth, he was a great teacher of the feeling is the secret. And I think even though he's not given credit in the movie and the book The Secret, which is really for a lot of us the introduction to manifestation, it's really his teachings that are also shown there, because he knew that when you feel yourself in a place, when you feel that it's happened, it's bound to happen, and it generally catches you by surprise. So let's say you are an active participant in your own manifestation. You are seeing yourself with the new job. You are feeling yourself with the abundance. You are feeling that you have the body that you want. Why are you not seeing the physical results? And that's, firstly, there's always a delay in the physical. The physical has to line up. So it's about holding it. Sometimes what you're working on can come in a day. Sometimes it can come in 3 years. It's when it lines up, and it's about holding that. And some teachers, some coaches will tell you to be delulu, and that means that it's done and you're living it, whether the outside results are showing it or not. And honestly, that's what it's all about. But here's why it's really still being held back from you. We all have a subconscious. We all have beliefs that were given to us, perceptions. I call it our hard drive. And then we have our soft drive, which is our mind, our conscious mind. And our hard drive sometimes is so quiet. It's working whether you see it working or not, whether you see it running its program or not. So let's say you have affirmed to be a millionaire, and your hard drive has stored that you're afraid of it, that you don't feel safe. Perhaps you've affirmed or been affirming, working on journaling, doing all the tools to have to have your bank account filled up with tons of money. But yet you're afraid that the money will come and go. It will run out. Perhaps you are feeling yourself as much as you can in the ideal job. But underlying, you're afraid you'll never get the job. and that you have scarcity, that you will be poor. These are things that are underlying in our heart, in our hard drive. So what it takes to overcome that is awareness. Be aware. How am I feeling about this right now? When you are doing your work of manifestation, or when you start your work in manifestation, what feeling does your body give you when you start saying, I am wealthy? Do you feel cringe? Do you feel tension? Do you feel fear? Do you feel unworthy? Do you feel that? Do you say, and we can say this, and I used to say this, but now I know better to say this. Do you say, I don't need all that much. I don't need to be a millionaire. I'll take, just 6 figures. What you're doing is you're limiting. And you are an unlimited being. You are honestly made in the image and likeness of the fullest, highest consciousness energy. It has been, written in the Bible. We are made in the image and likeness of our Creator. So why would you limit yourself and say, I don't need all that much? I will tell you honestly, it's not going to get you to a heavenly place quicker than anybody else, because we're not judged. We're not judged. We're not judged especially like that. So ask for what you truly desire, not trying to be the good person, not coming from a limiting belief that says that if I have wealth that somebody else won't. That's not true, because there's infinite supply. Source provides. And think about it. In those moments in your life when you've been provided for, when something's come through, when you have seen the opportunity arrive, we are provided for. But we're only provided for to the extent of what we allow to be provided for. Source wants to give us it all. It doesn't have limitation. It doesn't see us as limited. It is us who blocks in every way our abundance. Why are you holding on to a diagnosis? I came to this realization myself when I had a diagnosis. I was realizing, I've never felt a victim in my life ever, to be honest, thankfully. But I had blocks to receiving complete healing. I'm meant to learn something. What if I don't learn it? Maybe it's not meant to be easy for me. When we get wake-up shouts in our life, like health or any milestone changes, it is meant to grow us. It's meant for us to level up, to upgrade. It's not meant to knock us down. If we are meant to be on this earth, if our will is to be on this earth, we are experiencing life in order to grow. And transitioning to heaven is a completely separate topic. It's not what I'm talking about today. That's a whole different thing. And when you're trying to manifest a cure and healing for someone else, it is about their will. But yes, we can send healing, and we can send what we say are prayers. Absolutely. And then what happens is the highest possible happening according to their will and the will of their communion with God. But for today, let's get back to living this everyday life. What's very important to do is to, take the steering wheel of your life. Do you know, simply put, that everything you think comes back to you? Everything you say comes back to you. But, again, say it authentically. Don't say it with the underlying hard drive of contradiction. And especially everything you feel comes back to you. That's why so many teachers say you get who you are. Now, practice this and notice. Do you, no matter what, no matter how a person is on this earth, if they're the worst person in the world, and we know of people who aren't the best people, all right? So, but what you don't want is for them to get theirs. Because in hoping and wishing that they get theirs in karma, you're actually asking for you to get yours. So only think about, only say, only feel what you want for yourself, what you would want for yourself. That's the rule of life to live by. And then you add to it love, gratitude, compassion, grace. But that's it. What would I want for myself? That's what I'm putting out. That's it. It's that simple, but it takes awareness. Because we just think it. It just pops out of us. We have moments, and it's okay to have moments. It's okay to be sad. Just feel it, but then go to that awareness of it and try to go to that better place of feeling. We don't want to mask. We don't want to bury. We want to help ourselves to feel our best and to achieve and attract our best. Now, yes, when we're sad, when we're angry, when we are frustrated, we are attracting at a lower vibration. When we are feeling happy, joyful, optimistic, when we are connected more to God energy, that's why meditations, that where you're visualizing your ideal life, they're so important. Even if you can't visualize, just to feel, just to hear the conversations about your ideal life. They're so important because they raise your vibration. And the higher your vibration, the quicker and more powerful your manifestations will be. And so, yes, it's important to be in tune to how you're feeling. But when you are feeling lower vibration, be kind to yourself. Be compassionate to yourself. Don't be pessimistic. Don't say when you get up in the morning, it's going to be one of those days. Because you'll get one of those days. I am on a work trip right now, where before, when I had this work trip, it didn't at all the time work out with seeing clients the way it was set up to. But I cannot go into work trips or anything in my life or expect it won't work out again. Because you don't get what you deserve. You get what you expect and who you are. So know that. And yes, in the human kind of way of life, you would say we don't get what we deserve. You mean that person that is so like soulless can manifest wonderful things even though they're horrible? Yes, because it's not judged. If they expect the best out of life, they get it. It's not judged like that. It's not ego-based. It's not human-based. So if you want a better world for yourself and for others, if you want a more peaceful world, if you want a more loving world, that's what you have to put out. don't put out, I hope they get theirs. Don't put out anything that, again, you wouldn't want to boomerang back to you. And when you catch it, just, as I like to say, reframe it. Go, no, I'm not going to do this right now. Now, don't be fake. You have to be genuine, authentic. Don't put out fake love to someone that you can't love. But can you put out understanding? And I may not be able to do this, but I can say I don't know everything. I don't know about their life. I don't know about their childhood. Or perhaps I would decide to have compassion about their childhood, even though I wish it were different with them. Whatever you can do to come to the better feeling of understanding, that's going to help you, and it will help the earth. We're understanding so much heart-centered consciousness. I'm teaching it. All the great faith and spiritual teachers are teaching it because heaven is telling us to do it. To live from the heart center. The heart center, breathe in and breathe out of that heart. And when you feel lighter and more loving and more compassionate, then you send it out to others. And then you'll see that your intuition starts to rev up. You get those ideas, you get those inspired actions. And it actually changes the vibration of the earth when we are, all of us, heart center. It actually raises the vibration of life and of earth. And that's amazing. There are actually monitors around the earth that monitor it and catch it. And so do that. That's so free. And it's so easy to do that. To live heart-centered. To be in the moment. Now, every week and about every day of my work, I'm not laughing at it, but I'm laughing at the truthfulness of it. I encounter a worrier. I have to worry. I don't know how not to worry. Worry is a complete waste of time, and it's also a lack of faith. Have the faith that you are loved, that universe responds to you, that it can give you what you want, because it's trying to. It really is. And worry only harms you, and it never changes one outcome. So I always tell the worriers, stay in the moment. Give it up to the higher energy. Tell them to take care of it. And then you go about your life knowing and feeling it's done. And the best possible scenario will happen. Now, the best possible scenario may not be what you would want. But we are not to go against the will of another person's story, no matter how much we love them. And forgiveness. Forgiveness is another one. I can't forgive. Forgiveness is not for another person, it's for you. You don't have to tell them, you don't have to announce it, and it's a lifelong journey with forgiveness. But forgiveness raises your vibration to receive what you want and what you're worthy of and what you deserve. It doesn't take them off the hook. There's no such thing as that. There's natural law. Natural law takes care of everything. There's always equilibrium. There's always justice. Yes, there's cause and effect, which we know is karma. It only helps you to have forgiveness. Only. And the earth. And we want that. Because the better place the earth is in, the better lives we have. And the earth is shaking right now. It's having earthquakes. It's feeling our vibration of chaos and trying to heal. tumultuousness. It has an energy, the earth. It has a vibration. It has its core, just like we have our core. So if you want to know how to make the healthiest, best earth, go within yourself. So today, I encourage you, I advise you to list what you want, to ask for what you want, to go to the uncomfortable of what you want. My spirit team tells me, just told me the other day again, to extend myself, to go to what is uncomfortable for me to ask for. That's outside of the realm of what I think I could get. Because in doing that, you stretch yourself. And you just might get it. But when I stretch myself, I notice how I felt. And then you go at it. I offer emotional freedom techniques, hypnosis. I offer other tools, natural healing, nervous system balancing, which is also can be done with hypnosis, of course, and emotional freedom techniques, to align your nervous system so that you can overcome these blocks that keep you from seeing the physical manifestation. And notice as well your fears. What do you fear? Because sometimes we fear success. We fear that we'll get what we want and then we're not safe. We fear that we'll lose people. And that can happen, yes. But in losing, we're only meant to get better. It's really about strapping yourself into your boat and going down that downstream. And seeing and trusting that you land very safely on the bank or into those wonderful still waters, and all will be all right. But yes, sometimes the downstream may turn into rapids as your life starts to move into place. But yes, that is a risk, but it is a risk worth taking to go into what Dr. Joe Dispenza calls the unknown. To go into that unknown. And the unknown is difficult because we want to know the what ifs. We want to know, people come to me because they're like, tell me what's coming. And it's what you've created so far that's coming. And it has its own timeline. As I love to say, there's no such thing as a fortune teller. Fortune tellers are not real. It's what you have created in the past, moving into the present and into the future. How's it lining up today? And where can we make some changes? And changes come with eliminating our fears, with focusing only on what we want and not on what we don't want. And I want to encourage you to make it fun. Make it light. Don't worry about what you're thinking. Don't worry about what you're feeling. Just notice it and then change it. Whatever it may be, I'm using examples again. But if you notice that you have a fear that the money won't arrive, then go, no, I am provided for by source. The money is there. I know it. I feel the calm of it. All is well. Go to the feeling of calm. Go to that feeling. Achieve calm. If you can stay in calm, you are a major master manifester. When you're in a state of worry, chaos, anxiety, fear, stress, nervousness, anything like that, you are blocking what you want. You're blocking manifestation. You just put up the locked door. It's really, again, that simple. So, another thing I'll end today with, and perhaps also a reiteration. When you look, you block. When you wait, you block. Why am I not getting this? Because you're noticing it's not there. So live as if it is your reality. Know, be certain, feel it, and don't notice its absence. That is lack, and lack will continue to give you lack. And yes, of course, I'm talking to you. And this everyday life, will require us to have to deal with things. So I'm saying to you to live like your bank accounts are full and the bank account doesn't show that yet. Ignore it. Pay the bills. Go to the calm. All right? And when you get off of the feeling, you get back on the feeling. As much as you maintain this will guarantee you results. And then, as I said last week in my topic, if you're doing it all, if you're calm, if you're abundant, if you're resilient with this, and it's still not there, that means it depends on other wills, to line it up. And that's all it means. And sometimes it requires other people. And maybe it also requires that you're fully ready in some way. Or it's fully ready for you. The recipe's not quite done. Again, stay with it. Stay with it as long as it takes. Because in some way, you will always win out. Also want to say this as I end today. I see this quite a bit. That maybe it's not meant for you if you don't get it. Everything you desire is, quote, meant for you. It may not come in the way you expect it, and don't expect it to come in the way you expect it. Let the hows happen with your helpers. Give them the how. And you just get yourself in a mode of receive. But no, again, that's something we teach ourselves again about, well, if I don't get it, it probably wasn't mine. You had a block or blocks. Everything we desire is ours, but we can stop ourselves from receiving it. So work on the receiving. Go large on your desires and keep aligned with it. Recently, there was another big lottery win. I was like, oh, someone won. Yeah, good for them. Or people I don't know. By the way, disclaimer, not saying promoting the lottery, okay? It's truth. But when people come into large sums of money, they've aligned with it. It's not about luck. It's not about rubbing a lucky rabbit's foot. It's not about deserving. Because, again, those people that are maybe not the nicest people in the world can win tons of money and be the wealthiest people in the world. It is about they were open to receiving it. Even if it is just for a moment in time that was enough, they were open. That's all it's about. Openness, receipt. So receive. To whatever you would ask for. Trust. Faith in it. And unrelenting. And you will see major differences in your life. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you connected with that. If you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, share, and also everywhere. Please feel free to comment And I know that I'm on iHeart and Spotify and all kinds of other platforms, and I am very grateful. Please also follow me on my Facebook business page because I give my upcoming events, and some are via Zoom. So you don't have to miss out on things just because you may not be personally, physically where I am. And I thank you again for joining me. And until next time, many blessings.